Hello and welcome to a new episode of Africa Today. The African Cup of Nations will take place in Equatorial Guinea on Saturday, with organizers are crossing their fingers for the tournament to be successful. Details on the following report. The Africa Cup of Nations begins in Equatorial Guinea on Saturday, with organizers hoping for a successful tournament after the build-up dominated by Morocco's refusal to act as hosts amid fears over Ebola. The small Central African state stepped in to save the day for the Confederation of African Football, CAF, in mid-November when they agreed to host the competition. Morocco has initially asked the CAF to postpone the event to avoid any risk of the spread of Ebola virus. However, the request was dismissed and Morocco were thrown out of the competition. The Equatorial Guinean government have taken measures to prevent Ebola from reaching their soil, but as for the football, many matches are likely to be played in front of a largely empty grounds in the country. The country is not a footballing hotbed, although it does not have experience of organizing big events, having co-hosted the 2012 tournament with Gabon. The leading team on the continent, according to the FIFA rankings, Algeria, find themselves in one of the two incredibly tough groups, with the Desert Foxes drawn alongside Ghana, Senegal and resurgent South Africa in Group C. The winners of that section can look forward to a quarter-final tie against the runners-up in Group D, which contains much fancied Ivory Coast, Mali, Cameroon and Guinea. Record seven-time champions Egypt missed out, and so others such as South Africa will hope to make their mark. And for the first time, a district in Sierra Leone has been declared an Ebola-free. Details follow. Ebola-free, the first to be given all clear after 42 days with 0 recorded cases of the virus. A village in southeast of the country was hit by Ebola in August and suffered 24 deaths from the 31 cases, but it has not had a recorded case since 26th of November. This means it has achieved the World Health Organization's benchmark for Ebola-free status. The district council chairman credited an early decision to close markets and ban social activities and worship in churches and mosques. He put the emergency measures in place before Sierra Leone's president took action and suffered strong local opposition and death threats as a result. The achievement is the glimmer of hope for the country, where the disease is thought to have killed almost 3,000 people, with almost 10,000 confirmed, probable and suspected cases. The virus can kill within 5 days. Hopes are high that the disease is on the retreat in eastern Sierra Leone. Neighboring district, the center of epidemic last summer, is now 27 days without a case. Freetown and other parts of the west and north, including Port Loko and Bombali, are still seeing relatively large numbers. Sierra Leone has been hardest hit by Ebola crisis, with 7,719 cases confirmed up to 9th of January, more than neighboring Guinea and Liberia confirmed. The capital had 89 cases in the week to 9th of January, compared with 153 the previous week and 199 cases in the first week of December. The fragility of the countdown is illustrated in the district of Kenema and remote diamond mining district of Kono. Kenema recorded a new case on the 4th of January after 19 clear days. Welcome back, and to know more about the Ebola outbreak, we are joined in the studio by Dr. Magdi Badran, consultant of allergy and immunology. Hello, sir, and welcome to our show. Sir, now after the outbreak of the Ebola almost 1 year ago, how do you see the efforts of containing this virus that killed almost 8,200 until now?
Still, we need a lot of efforts, we need a lot of campaigns, and we need a lot of health education for the whole world, not only the West Africa. The number now increased just before I entered. It came now 8,235. The fatalities now of the 20,747 is 39.69%. Good, this is very good. It decreased now. It decreased because of a lot of things. Awareness, the campaigns succeeded to persuade the people that really there is a real epidemic. There is an emergency situation that all the people have to go to the hospital when they are sick, and what are the symptoms they have to know. Very important, because 6 steps in this area, West Africa, delayed the results as we expected before. Number one, the culture. There, a lot of people at the beginning of the epidemic, they don't think it is a real epidemic. A lot of people prefer to go to the herbal strategies of treatment, magic, like that. A lot of people think that the hospitals are the cause of the disease. A lot of people think that it is not true because they are eating monkeys and they are treating bats centuries. Nothing happened to them and to their grandparents. So it was until 5 months from December 2013, public health awareness increased in the area. Also, at the beginning, they are using very late interventions like internet or Facebook, and people there don't know how to read. So it was a failure. Late, they started to go to the areas and they started to make campaigns to educate the people how to wash their hands after they touch. What are the symptoms? Once you have fever, you have to go to the hospital. Don't stay in your house. Don't touch the skin. Don't touch the secretions. Don't touch the saliva, the urine, anything, any secretions, the blood. Don't kiss. Don't hug like these people. Also, when they die, sometimes they have to go. All the tribe will go to touch, to cry,
the body of the
especially if a woman,
deceased.
they will make a lot of intervention in the hair like this, a lot of touches like this. So that is the cause, the spreading. Also,
but doctor, what I want to say, the outbreaks were controllable before in the small areas, but now the virus is spreading in
yes.
Sierra Leone and Liberia. What is your take on such?
The borders like open borders between the 3 countries in West Africa. The borders are very easy and allow anyone to go both bi-directional. And it's so heavy population there, and the density in the houses are too much, and also the health structures there are not functioning as we expect. It is just recovering from the armed conflicts before and political troubles, so they are not so as we imagine. And also there a lot of still the food they are eating, the food styles they are eating, the nutrition of them are completely different than the world. Some people there prefer to eat monkeys. Some people there prefer to eat chimpanzee. Some prefer to eat bats. They like to eat bush meat in the street. So contamination occurred in these societies through the transfer of the virus from this food, especially not cooked. And also during the epidemic, especially at the beginning of the epidemics, for example, a woman will get the infection, she will transfer to her child, then to the whole family, the whole neighbors. So some people transfer the virus to about 400 people. This occurred because of the lack of medical supervision as we expect, the lack of education, the lack of health education, the lack of detection or diagnosis. The first case was diagnosed after 3 months. It was too late for the whole world to imagine or to discover that there is a new virus in this area.
Do you believe that the West is not fearing that this virus might be transferred to them through people traveling and in the airports and going to the countries and tourists and visitors? Do you believe that they are not afraid of such a virus?
There is a fear, but they succeeded. Spain succeeded to stop it, only 1 case and recovered. America succeeded. Just a few days ago, UK succeeded. The Western societies are aware and they have very high alerting systems.
Their techniques.
Yes, and also the education, also they know, especially the health personnel, they know what to do, how to care like that. Especially in the West Africa, the fatalities of the disease was 59% too much. If you compare to the people, 39, it is 59. This means that from 838, 495 died until now. This means there is a lack of creating lack of knowledge among the health personnel more than the normal people, because sometimes they will handle the things without washing their hands, they are not using gloves, they are not using gowns, they are not goggles, they don't sterilize the surfaces, they don't use, for example, sodium hypochlorite to remove the blood like that.
The normal prevention for this disease, they are not using the techniques in order to prevent it. Okay, what about Egypt? Is Egypt threatened with this virus? And especially we have Cairo is hosting a conference to prevent Ebola in North Africa and the Middle East. What's your take also on that?
I think, number one, we are far away. Number two, only one Egyptian got it and he recovered. Number three, the culture here is completely different. We don't eat bush meat. We don't touch the dead people. We are far away from this culture or this ways to transmit. You have, I think we are alert. In the airport and the border, we are alert. We, especially if they are coming from these countries, they are making a lot of investigations before they allow him to enter. Sometimes they postpone the visa to get it like that. So we are immune until now, especially Egypt. And we have a lot of experience we have got from virus influenza, H1N1, and I think we are okay.
Okay. Doctors say that the high mobility of the citizens make it hard in order to control the diseases and the danger of